You're sitting in your living room when the temperature drops to 45 degrees. The thermostat screen flickers, shows 72. Lies. Your phone buzzes. Battery backup at 15%. It was full an hour ago. Outside, it's 12 degrees. Inside, your smart home just declared war on you. And here's the terrifying part. Someone hundreds of miles away is watching you scramble for blankets through your own security camera. Welcome to the cyber-physical attack, where code meets cold, where your convenience becomes your coffin.
The science of your digital death. Smart thermostats connect to the internet. So do your cameras, door locks, battery systems, and every other smart device you installed for comfort. Each one is a door, and most have laughably weak security. A hacker doesn't need to break into your house. They break into your network. From there, they control your environment like a puppet master pulling frozen strings. They crank your heat to maximum while you're gone, drain your fuel or overwhelm your circuits, then drop it to minimum when you return. Your body temperature regulation depends on ambient temperature staying within a survivable range. Below 60 degrees for extended periods, and hypothermia begins its slow work. Your metabolism slows, confusion sets in. You make worse decisions while your core temperature drops degree by degree. Meanwhile, they cycle your battery backup systems constantly, charging, discharging, overloading. Lithium-ion batteries hate this. They heat up, degrade, die. Your emergency power vanishes. And those cameras, they're recording everything. When you're home, when you're not. Your patterns, your vulnerabilities, your breaking point.
Method 1. The Analog Fortress. Disconnect everything smart, right now. Pull the Wi-Fi connection from your thermostat. Force it into manual mode. Most have a physical override switch or circuit breaker cutoff. Find it. Use it. Set the temperature manually, and it stays there until you physically change it again. Why this works. No network connection means no remote access. The device becomes dumb, predictable, controllable only by someone physically present. What happens if you don't? The attacker continues cycling your temperature. You burn through heating fuel while they're warming an empty house. When you're home, you freeze while the system reports normal temperatures. You won't know what's real until frostbite decides to introduce itself.
Method 2. The thermal cocoon. Create a survival room. One small space you can defend from temperature loss. Choose the smallest room with no windows. Bathroom, closet, interior bedroom. Seal every gap around the door with rolled towels or duct tape. Hang blankets over the door like a curtain. Multiple layers trap air, and air is your insulation. Your body heat will warm a small sealed room to survivable temperatures even without external heating. Bring water, food, and layers of clothing. Wool and synthetic materials work when wet. Cotton kills. Wear a hat. You lose 40% of body heat through your head, though the real physics is about surface area and blood flow to the scalp. Either way, cover it. Why this works. Volume versus body heat. A 200 cubic foot space heats faster than 2,000. You become your own furnace. Your basal metabolic rate generates about 100 watts of heat constantly. In a sealed small space, that's enough to maintain survivability for days. What happens if you don't? The cold infiltrates everywhere. You can't heat 3,000 square feet with blankets and body heat. You'll move from room to room, desperately seeking warmth, burning calories you can't replace. Exhaustion comes first, then hypothermia, then the mistakes that make hypothermia fatal.
Method 3. The communication backup. Assume your phone dies. Assume your smart devices report you're fine when you're not. Have a physical backup communication method to the outside world. Car charger, hand crank radio, even a neighbor you've arranged a daily visual check-in with, like a specific curtain position at specific times. Write down emergency numbers, on paper, in multiple locations. Your frozen fingers won't remember them. Why this works. Human psychology in crisis defaults to learned patterns. You grab your phone, it's dead or compromised. Panic spikes, cognitive function drops. Having a predetermined physical backup bypasses the freeze response. You follow the plan instead of improvising while hypothermic. What happens if you don't?
You're isolated. The attacker has cut your digital connection to help. No one knows you're in trouble because all your systems report normal. You become a statistic discovered when a concerned friend forces entry 3 days later.
Method 4. The counter-surveillance protocol. Cover every camera lens. Unplug every smart speaker. Physically disconnect IoT devices. Use tape, cloth, or smash them if necessary. They're watching your response, learning your patterns, waiting for you to sleep, waiting for you to leave. Place battery-powered motion alarms at entry points. Simple magnetic door sensors from any hardware store. $20 creates a perimeter that can't be hacked because it isn't smart. It's just loud. Why this works? Information asymmetry wins battles. Right now, they see everything. You see nothing. Blind them and you regain tactical advantage. They don't know if you're implementing countermeasures or calling police or simply huddled in the dark. What happens if you don't? They optimize their attack based on your behavior. They know when you're weak, when you're sleeping, when you've finally given up and left your survival room seeking food. Every move you make feeds their algorithm for maximum suffering.
Your survival checklist. Disconnect all smart home devices from the network. Seal one small interior room with blankets and towels. Gather water, food, warm layers, and a hat. Establish non-digital emergency communication backup. Cover or destroy all cameras and microphones. Install simple battery-powered door alarms. Keep written emergency contacts in multiple locations. The final line. You installed smart devices to control your environment. Congratulations. Now someone else controls it too. And you're learning a hard truth the Vikings understood without Wi-Fi. In winter, warmth isn't about comfort. It's about war.